Welcome to Fraudulent Feelings with Fatima podcast, where we dive into real conversations that shape our professional and personal lives. I'm your host, Fatima Nash, and today we're exploring a topic that so many of us wrestle with, yet rarely discuss openly: imposter syndrome. Have you ever felt like you're not good enough, like your success is a result of luck, or that you don't truly deserve your accomplishments? You're not alone. Imposter syndrome impacts high achievers, leaders, professionals at all levels, and even the ones who seem to have it all together. In this episode, we'll break down what imposter syndrome is, how it sneaks into our mindset, and most importantly, how you can push back against it. Together, we'll share insights, stories, and actionable strategies to help you embrace your worth and own your success. So grab your favorite drink, settle in, and let's get into it. Hello and welcome to Fraudulent Feelings with Fatima. I have my boy, Michael Wilkerson, with us today. Let me tell you. So I met Mike 3 years ago. I was shopping for a baby Rottweiler, and I came across his website. I was looking for this puppy for my husband, and I basically stole the dog and made him my own. And Mike held my hand through every single interaction. His customer service, y'all, was outstanding. And so we've kept in touch. And I asked him to join us today because he is a phenomenal entrepreneur, and he has some tips for us to share. So without further ado, I'd like Michael to introduce himself and tell us a little bit about his business. Michael?
Awesome. Thank you for the introduction. That was pretty nice.
I try.
But yeah, as you mentioned, I'm a dog breeder, primarily Rottweilers. Been doing this for about 6 years now. Was raised around the breed, family dog, most of my dad's side. My dad had them, my uncles had them.
Everybody.
Yep, that was like a staple of the family.
That's
so
dope.
Love for them runs deep, runs since I was a child. But yeah, we just we relocated to North Carolina now. I did my years of business in Virginia.
Yeah.
Out to Virginia 757.
Shout out to 75.
75, yep. But I'm a North Carolina boy. No place like home. So
good. Welcome back.
Yeah, I knew one day I would return home. So yeah, we moved our entire operation just north of Elizabeth City.
Yeah. That's still not too far from Virginia.
No. We're like, as soon as you get the Virginia line, we're the first county.
Yeah, so, for sure. Yeah. Okay.
I still work in Virginia too. So
yeah. Oh, good. So you been in business, you say, for 6 years?
About 6 years, yep.
Okay. And what made you, so this is, obviously a legacy for you and your family. What made you make this a business? Like, talk to me about that process where you decided to monetize your love for Rottweilers.
Well, not every dream starts out a business. Like, you just find something that you just enjoy doing. And the more you put into it, then it becomes something bigger than what you envisioned. So it's never designed for me to have like a kennel or business. Like, it was just designed for me to produce these big, beautiful dogs, train them, and just, love them. But, my love for them just kind of just took off, and went there and started breeding them and built the entire program with them.
My goodness.
Up to 8 dogs now.
Wow. And how many, so when you think about your love transitioning into monetizing, like, talk to us about how many dogs you placed in the last 6 years with families.
Placed? Maybe 30 to 40.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Yeah.
A lot of lives that you've touched, right? So you think about that, the pebble in the pond, right?
Right. And I'm really big on communication. And I think
yes, you are.
That's what separates me from most breeders. Like, you don't just get a dog from me and you don't hear from me, I don't hear from you. You're going to hear from me. Fine, that's up to you.
Right.
We deal with a lot of clients who we have a good communication with before they even pick up one of our puppies. Communication is already strong before they take the puppy. So when they take it home, we just continue that communication.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I got you on speed dial still. Like, absolutely.
Yeah, I send you messages. How's the boy doing?
Yeah.
We it's a family for us. Yeah. We have an open door policy. If something happens with, unfortunately, things do happen.
Mm-hmm.
If any event happens where the owners can't take care of the puppy, we say bring him back.
Yeah.
We don't play around with
us. Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, if you have somebody of a family that you trust that can take the puppy, that's fine, but still let us know.
Mm-hmm.
Where our puppies are, which care they're under.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, they're our family.
Mm-hmm. I love that.
Belong to us.
We just
let you raise them and adopt them and love them.
Right. They're still yours, right? I love that. So I've been talking to a lot of business owners, Mike, who have struggled with like feeling, and it's kind of touchy for dudes to talk about this, so bear with me. But like, those weird feelings of like not feeling like you can execute or you can be successful in business. Throughout your 6 years, have you ever felt like that?
I wouldn't say I felt like that. I felt like I've had moments where I knew that I could do more with my business.
Mm-hmm.
Like when you first met me, I was in a small operation,
mm-hmm.
right? And I felt like that was a restriction of my business because business is always bigger than your circumstance, right? So you see all that, but you look at your circumstance like, man, this don't fit. This the circle. So I said, let me re-strategize. Let me come up with the plan. And I've been planning this for about 2 or 3 years now. Awesome. I think at me, I just started planning years ago.
That's awesome.
It took 3 years for me to finally reach this vision. But like you said, the vision was there. I didn't feel like, it was a situation where I wasn't, secure in my business. I just knew that there was so much more I could do that I could not do because of my circumstances.
Yeah. Okay. So the first tip that I think we just heard is making sure that you have a vision and that you align to that vision.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Absolutely. So did you write it down? Like, did you sticky note? Did you text? Like, what did you do to keep yourself all in here?
Always thinking. I think all day, all night. Like it's like a song. I just keep playing
it. Okay.
I just memorize the lyrics.
Okay. Little Jay-Z. That's what Jay-Z used to do back in the day, right? Like he used to just sit on the train and listen to the lyrics in his head.
It's all here.
Yeah. All right, Jay. So in that process, did you ever come across a situation where you're like, oh shit, I'm not gonna get through this, like whatever it was? Have you ever dealt with anything like that as you started?
No.
So just planning and staying diligent made you not have any anxiety about going into this. That's awesome.
Oh,
no. Okay. So when you think about having a vision, what is the next step after that for business owners to really, really hone in on that really made you successful? Because what I'm hearing is you had so much prep and all the lyrics playing in your head, you really had a seamless transition into entrepreneurship. So I would love for you to share some of that, because I'll tell you, not all of us has had it that easy.
Yeah. Well, it's definitely not easy. Like I said, it took me a couple of years, but you really have to be very diligent and patient.
Patient.
You have to be extremely patient. There were so many times in which I can honestly admit I almost gave into my patience at time, because the vision becomes so strong, the passion so strong, it's an itch. You just want to scratch. It's not the time to scratch it. Just wait, be patient. And thankfully, the situation I am now couldn't be better.
Great.
Definitely being patient and planning things out.
Okay.
Plan it out.
Okay.
Reasonable. That's the hard part, with the times they were living in. Everybody, it's a microwave society, right? Everyone wants things, right? Just they don't want to wait. They don't want to build. They don't want to be patient. I'm totally opposite. I'm very patient. I'm very calculated. I don't do things out of emotion. I don't do things on the spur of the moment. I carefully think and plan about every step I take.
That's amazing. That's probably made you really successful. Okay. So talk to me a little bit about what you're planning on next, if you can. Like, I'd love for folks to hear how you've stayed true to your vision, but maybe you started to expand it. Like you think about your transition from Virginia to all of these acres. So talk to us a little bit about that. What does that look like for you?
It's looking very promising. Like we're actually building a farm here. Like that's the long-term goal. I want to build a farm here. I want to get, chickens. I want to get goats.
Oh yeah.
So so I originally started before breeding. I was training dogs. That was my first love. Right. So I want to get more. I want to get back into that a lot more.
Okay.
And I'm doing the program where we train a lot of our dogs that we produce. When I first started, I was taking outside dogs. But it became a conflict because I want to prioritize puppies who come from my kennel. I never went out to turn you away, training someone else's dog. Which I mean, I have no problem training that dog.
Right.
But my dogs are family.
Right. You pick them first. Yeah.
Right. We want them to come first.
Yeah.
That's part of the process here is that we want to have a program or kennel design which is primarily designed for like a training facility. So our breeding, we're going to do our own in-house dogs, but we're also going to have a facility designed for training.
That's amazing.
People like you go on vacation. Hey, Mike, can you watch my dog for a couple of days?
Yeah.
Drop them off. We'll watch them.
Right on off. Yes.
We don't charge an exorbitant price for it. We charge a very discounted price for our own production. Awesome. Like I said, I hate to use the word business, but I know it has to be used because money's involved. But it's really not for profit, because a lot of the money that comes in, it goes right back to the dogs. Okay. So this is a nice hobby for you. You're monetizing it, but it's not something that you're doing to replace your current situation. No, never want to do that. Okay. Yeah. Do you think, and this is good. This is a good dialogue for people who may not want the stress of trying to be profitable all the time and just do it for the love of the experience. So like, how do you make a decision not to go crazy, scale your business and have 3 farms and 30 dogs? Like, how do you ground yourself on that? That will be the challenge. That would be the challenge. Like I said, the vision and the passion can just consume you at times, right? Yeah, I don't. And then things started going your way. It's like, man, okay, well, I can't have this. Let me get this too. And the next thing you know, you play. So and then you're not happy in your hobby anymore, right? Happy. I do this because I love it, right? I don't really. It's work, but I don't view it as a job. Okay. But as it's pleasure. My dogs love me. They give me comfort. The emotional support that we give each other, the peace that I get when I'm out here with them. They're out playing. They all love me. The way they look at me is like, man, I'm the best. Like, it's such a therapeutic feeling because I still work full time, right? And we have bad days at work sometimes. Yes, we do. I'm home from a bad day. I see them. I completely forgot what my day was about. Yeah, I know the feeling. Yeah, so I travel a lot for work. And sometimes it's like all week, like 5-6 days in a row. And of course, I don't get to see Draco. And so when I come home, even if it's 2 a.m., and this is before I even see the kids and the spouse. Like, I've got to spend time with Draco first. Like, I'll walk through the door and he's just like, oh, you've been gone for far too long. And he wraps his paws around my ankles. It's the cutest thing ever. Trying to get me to stay with him, to pet him. He's amazing. I love that dog. He's a pain in the ass, but I love him nonetheless. He's very stubborn, very, very opinionated, very stubborn. So I really enjoyed our experience. I want to take us back to 3 years ago, where I was calling you and asking you all these crazy questions about your process and all the stuff that I didn't understand, and what made me choose you as a breeder. And this is shout out to you and your passion and your team and everybody, is the way you held my hand through that. I'd never purchased a dog without my spouse before. I had never had a Rottweiler of my own. Didn't really understand the questions that I was told to ask, right? And so you were like, okay, let's get on the phone. Let's slow this down. Let me understand. Like, you were like consulting with me almost, right? And it was really good because that's what I do for a living. So when you started consulting, I was like, thank God this man's here, because I don't know what the shit I'm doing. And this man got to have his dog and all of that. So it was your passion reigned through
very strongly in how we communicated, how you held my hand, how you supported us, bringing him home, and like all of that. So it shows. Kudos to you.
Yeah. We really want our. So I'm glad you brought that up 3 years ago. So we really have a thorough vetting process for potential buyers, or because the worst thing I want is my dogs going in the hands of someone that I don't think is going to be a trustworthy, responsible.
That's right.
So, like I said, that consultation that we had, that's me also. You interviewing me, but interviewing you too. So ask these questions, because that tells me a lot of things. It tells me, one, you're going to be patient with the dog, taking the time out to ask questions. You want to get an understanding, which means you try to understand the dog and the situation as best as you can. Especially that you care. Like, people who ask questions care. Questionnaire now on our website, vhwriters.com, and some of the responses that I get be like novels, paragraphs, people telling me about the whole life, detailing. I love that. I read through all of it. It's yes, no, yes, no, yeah. I'm like, that's a red flag for me.
Well, I sent you novels, so
right, exactly. I was like, okay, she's taking it serious. But the people who do yes, no, don't give a lot of detail. Generally, people who are not really going to be patient with the dog and not put a lot of time and effort into it. So, and I can't really foresee what's going to happen once the dead dog leaves. It's out of my control. But I can do the best I can on the front end to make sure that I did to know this client, know the situation, know the circumstances, and that's the best I can.
Yeah, no, you are awesome, and I'm really big on customer service, and so having that, and I was terrified and nervous and asking crazy questions, and it just really put me at ease, right? Like, it really did. So that's, I mean, anyone out there, whether they're starting a business for passion, for extra money, for whatever reason, do it right. Follow your process.
Absolutely.
Use your why to motivate you. That's the biggest thing that I've learned also in business, is staying close to your why, staying true to your why. Whatever your why is will navigate you. It will be your beacon of light. And you can tell that you really, really care about what you do through our interactions. So that also, on the flip side, as a customer, that made me trust you. That made me trust the situation I was going to. I mean, this transaction that we made wasn't a cheap one. Like, this was it was a big investment, right? And so I felt very comfortable in making that investment because of the customer service that you provided. So all of y'all out there listening, especially first generation business owners who want to, I don't know, make jewelry or journals or whatever it is you want to do, make sure that you are living in your purpose and living in your why, and that you're not rushing, and that you're giving time and effort, because it shows up in how you deliver your service or your product to the end user.
Absolutely. And be honest. One of the most common mistakes rookie businesses or rookie business owners make is that they're afraid that their honesty may cost them a buck. All right. So it's like, tell them what you want to hear type mentality. Right. Make this. We don't do business that way. So I'm going to be honest with you. You ask me questions, I'm going to be upfront. Because like you said, that establishes trust from the, whether you get a dog from me, and a lot of people ask questions or send me emails, ask me questions, they might not even get a dog from me. Right. They're left with some knowledge that they can apply to the next situation. And down the line, the circumstances may change, they come back to me, which has happened before. So it has come back to me because of the trust situation. Absolutely. We have wait lists for our clients because they will wait for the right puppy, but with someone that they trust. With you. Yeah, absolutely. Just go and get a puppy because they want one from some stranger breeder that they don't really know. Yeah. If they trust you, have a relationship with you, they will wait. They know that what they're going to get from you, you stand by it, and you're going to be there to walk them through the entire process every step of the way. Yeah, I mean, be honest with you, like, Draco is a handful, and it's hard to manage with all the scheduling, you know. I got a D1 kid and I got a rising ninth grader. I mean, it's crazy in here, but I don't know that I can live without a Rottweiler now. Like, it's a part of who I am. I don't think I can live without them. You don't just get one. No, you don't. They're like contagious. Like, I don't know if I sent you the picture. So I have
a very nice vehicle that is not a mom vehicle. And I put my dog in that car. And I take pictures of him drooling all over the leather and everything. And people look at me like I'm crazy. We go to the stores and everything, and they're like, "You just want your dog?" Yep. Sure do. That's my baby. So yeah, I'll be, no rush, knock on wood, Draco and I will be together for many years to come, but I don't know that I will be able to be without a Rottweiler in the future. It's just
it'd be an empty house.
Part of my life. It would be an empty house. And it's a lot of personality. Okay.
No disrespect to the kids though, but dog.
Yeah, I mean,
There you go.
Thank you. You know what I'm saying? Like them kids, they be like, first of all, I'm always on some F them kids because they big and grown and stink now. But dogs will always love you.
Always.
Like I can wild out in here. I could be throwing a fit. I could be crying. I could be screaming. I could be dancing. I could whatever to annoy this dog because he has to have his nap time. And if you interrupt his nap time, he gives you side eye and he breathes all heavy. And he still loves me after that. I can forget to take him out at a certain time. Like he's so good. I'm knocking on wood because I say all these things and he's gonna like poop and pee everywhere. But like he's so good. Like he's so good. Yeah. He's so good. He's feisty, but he's so good. Okay, all right. So I'm just gushing all over Draco. So take us home. Tell us the most important thing you've learned in business to date.
Ooh, building strong relationships, having people. It really takes your business to a different level.
Absolutely.
You got to get reputation. You got a good name for yourself. People trust you. People trust your brand. People respect you. That's why I said I could never do it full time because I don't want to let money get into the way of my passion. I don't want it to be a business. Fair. I know it's a business, but it's not the business.
The business. That's fair. But that's good because then it also gives you an outlet. Right. And so if you have an outlet other than your full-time job that's making you money and, paying for the lifestyle stuff, this allows you to be you and it's not associated with productivity. And I think that is in this society and where we live and how things roll, we are a capitalistic society. Go, 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 go. Get money, get money, get money. And you built something, kudos to you, that could be like what you offer. You could quit your full-time job and like make a killing, but you choose easy.
Yeah, if I wanted to.
Absolutely.
Free.
But your love and the love for yourself, like think about that. You are sacrificing a different type of lifestyle so that you can be happy and balanced. So to me, the biggest thing that you've learned in business, from my perspective as a business coach, is you've made the conscious effort to have balance and not muddy the waters when it comes to being extra productive and scaling this business and making a ton of money because it brings you happiness just the way it is. And that's okay.
Absolutely.
And people need to hear that. Y'all out there in the back, y'all hear this. It's okay to live in your passion and be able to self-sustain without going crazy and overdoing it.
Right. Because one of the objectives of becoming a business owner is to do something you love and be happy.
It's true.
Money's going to come with it, right? That's
fair.
Right. But if you're doing it for that reason, you're probably not going to last very long.
No, you're absolutely not. Absolutely not.
Of it brings you peace. It brings you happy. You make other people happy. Then that's what it's about. And that's what 4 or 5 years.
I love that. Continuing to make people happy. And you're making, like, you think about this, like you're not only making the owner happy, but think about if I am a crazy person that needs the Draco love. He's almost like my service animal. What happens if I don't have Draco love? That means everybody in my path is going to get railroad over if I don't have my love from Draco, right? Because he's my support animal. And so you think about all the people that I interact with. So you planted that seed for me. And without Draco, it'd probably be a little bit more harder to deal with. So it's really a pebble in the pond, right? What you do affects everybody down the line.
Families.
Yeah. You think about my son, the baby that you met, because I don't think you met the oldest. So the baby had not ever had to manage a dog, let alone a dog that weighed more than him. Now he's bigger now, so he's, Draco isn't bigger than him now, but that was really stressful for him. And he had duties and responsibilities, and that made him stronger. It made him learn how to deal with animals. It made him check his own emotions. Like what you did for us, like amazing. So the little dog still is not a fan of Draco. The little dog is still here, and she's still not a fan of Draco. But they coexist fine. So it's super awesome what you're doing. I love it. I want you to do more of it, and I want you to tell more people about it, because I think it's something that is super, super special. And I mean, I tell everybody that asks me about Draco about you, because that was the best experience I've ever had getting an animal. And this is my, I don't know, maybe my 6th or 7th dog.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. Wow. And I've not had this experience before. It was like I've said it a lot of times on this show, it was outstanding. So it's pebble in the pond. Yeah, that's what it's the uniqueness of the experience that really did it for me. So kudos to you, and kudos to you for staying in your purpose. That's pretty dope.
Pride ourselves in customer service. We want people to feel comfortable. We want people to trust us, trust our brand. We're not in it for any other reason other than to make people happy. And
you're doing it.
We do our temperament testing, make sure all the temperaments are good. We don't just put 2 dogs together. We got a breeding we're planning now for the summer. We've been planning it for 5-6 months.
Wow.
So it's not just like we wake up and just go breed. Like we really plan our breedings out. Strategic. So yeah, that's part of why we
I love it.
Breed the best dogs. But,
you definitely do. I love it. Yes. All right. Well, that was Fraudulent Feelings with Fatima and Mike, chatting through business techniques to be successful, whether you want to be extremely profitable or you just want to live in your passion. And Mike, I thank you so much for your time. I know that you're very busy with all that you have, and I appreciate you coming on the show and educating us all. If folks want to find you, learn more about dogs and training, and maybe even invest in a beautiful puppy of yours, where can they find you?
VSWRiders.com. That's the website. It's been up and running for about maybe 2 years now. We redesigned it. There's a contact form in the bottom. So once you scroll through all the pictures, you can scroll to the bottom, contact us, type a brief description, what you're looking for, time frame, stuff like that, and we'll contact you typically within 48 hours.
Awesome. And you guys are on Facebook too, right?
Social media, Facebook, Firehouse Wilkerson Rottweiler, so Mike Wilk, MikeWilk. Instagram, same domain name. TikTok, same domain name.
Okay. I'll put this all in the podcast notes too, so that folks can reach you if they need to. I really appreciate you joining us, talking about successful business tips. It was a blast. I enjoyed myself, if I do say so myself. Thank you very much. Thank you for joining us, and I hope to see you soon. Until next time, thank you.